All right, welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry, and with me, I got me by them, Walter and Sam. And as usual, we talking everything West Indies cricket. Fellas, Super 50 is on the horizon, starts in a matter of days, matter of fact, 9 days today, or 8 days, I should say. The next generation of young West Indian batsmen and bowlers will be on show. And we're going to be taking a look at some players. And we're doing these episodes where we like to call it In the Spotlight. Leeward Islands released their squad today or yesterday or what it was. This morning, matter of fact, when I saw the Instagram post. And there are two players that I want to talk about. One is in the squad, one is not in the squad. And in the Spotlight, this evening, we are going to be talking about young Joel Andrew and an old war horse in Hayden Walsh. Fellas, everybody seems to be in a rush with Hayden Walsh to be playing international cricket. Hayden Walsh is 18 years old, not Hayden Walsh.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Joel Andrew, sorry, is 18 years old, 300 and what's that? 39 days?
Yeah. So his birthday is December 7th.
Yes. This is this is essentially a child. I want to ask the question, because some people seem to think that this tournament might be a make or break for him. I want to ask the question, what is the rush? What is the rush with young Joel Andrew? Given the fact that we have pushed a lot of young players over the last 10, 15 years, only for them to disappear from the scene, never to be heard from again. What is the rush?
You know, you said the right thing. We push a set of people, Chevere Marshall, going right back to people like him. They just disappear. As you said, this is a young man who should relish the opportunity to prepare for under 19 World Cup to dominate be better than he did in the last World Cup, where he came to some prominence, where he was clearly the best batsman for West Indies and one of the better batsmen in the tournament.
Yeah.
I think that him playing at international level, him playing in our domestic tournament, making some runs is good preparation, and that is what his focus should be. And yes, it's important because I know these young players to see the T20 money, but that's also a pathway. Because if you go there and you dominate, you're going to be seen. People are going to, because I'm sure India is carrying that. What's his name? Abhishek. What?
I don't.
The 16-year-old from
Shirvanshi?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Shirvanshi?
Yeah, I'm sure they're carrying him.
Yes, he's been touring with the under 19 team for the last however long. He was in Australia recently.
So that's my point. So this is what this young man should be focused on. And I'm just in team with the 50 over tournament. I don't care even if we just get to see if this tournament is not seen on the ESPNs. I don't think we should care about that right now. And we talking about money. This should have been a double rung tournament, even if we just seen stuff on YouTube and back in the day like how we have. So people like Joel Andrew could get extensive cricket, right? And these young men should get. We know they got a lot of problems, and that's what we need: extensive cricket, ODI cricket. For years, I've been saying back in the day, 3 matches people used to play. We get played. I don't get it. We go to one place. Let's say we go to Trinidad and we play double rung in Trinidad and just stay there. Develop. They got Trinidad enough grounds, and we could make some of the other grounds first class ground. And this young man here, we need to stop doing that, pushing these fellas and destroying them. I know you got things to say, Sammy, so let me shut my mouth.
Things to say?
No, because it annoys me.
Listen, I think every reasonable commentator on West Indies cricket, has made the point time and time again that Joel Andrew needs to be given some time to work himself into the senior team. I didn't even realize he was not even 19 yet, honestly. That's a revelation to me tonight, checking, preparation for this thing. But here's something we need to consider. Look, Chandapal started playing for the West Indies team at what? Was it 18, 17?
No, Shivnarine Chandrapal, 19 years of age, making 19. His debut in front of his home crowd. Never forget them.
all I remember, it was 1994, right?
Against England.
That's all I remember, right? That's all I remember. At Border, fine. All right, so 19, right? And of course, players younger than that can make teams. But here's my concern. Because of where West Indies cricket is, good? And that's when I say West Indies cricket at all levels. We talk about our regional, first class tournament, what have you. Anybody who comes in there and stars up, star boy, dominate, what have you. No. As Kevin always says, our domestic cricket is not fit for purpose. And so because of that, we cannot expect to bring out any child prodigy and send them off to play senior cricket, to play test cricket and what have you. No. Give them time. Give them time. That's how I would look at it. And Joel Andrew, I'm sure his future looks good. Michael McKenzie also, we'll be looking forward to these players. But hone your craft. Be patient. Work on it. The time will come. Yeah. It took a long while. The great Brian Lara took a long time. He had to sit on the balcony and watch rain fall and all these things before he got the chance to play. Don't rush it. Just keep working on your craft.
Listen, when Shivnarine Chandapal came on the scene, Shivnarine Chandapal was battle-hardened. You understand?
Oh, yeah. True.
Shivnarine Chandapal came up in a Guyana cricket system that still had some outstanding fast bowlers, some outstanding spinners. He came up in a time where inter-county cricket was still first-class cricket.
First division cricket was hard and quality.
You understand me? So
the likes of Sunil Dani Ram,
Roger Harper, Carl Hooper.
But
and I can go on for days, Carlin.
When we started at Boromine, you had Darlow and Luke Latif, and then people are wrong you for. You learned the game.
Clayton Lambert.
Yeah, but he
wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong.
But now your time, but we're talking about 80s now. Well, coming up.
But same club though.
But the thing about it is, if you were to look at the Leeward Islands now, as compared to when Chandapal made his debut, you're talking about people like Eldine Baptiste and them that were still playing. You understand me?
Yeah.
You're talking about people like Dave Joseph and all of them who were still, who are in the prime of their careers in regional cricket. You understand me?
The Benjamins.
The Kenny Benjamin, Winston Benjamin, and all these guys, So
Tony
that kind
Green.
of examination.
Ian Bishop.
That kind of examination, Joel Andrew is not getting. You understand? When batsmen graduated back in those days, they graduated. They got a badge of honor because you were coming up in a regional system that was the best. You understand? So Joel, I don't think it's a Joel thing. I think it's a fan problem. Everybody wants to see Joel Andrew in the West Indies team. And you could see while he played for West Indies, the matches that he played, he struggled. Because it was a step too far for him. Whether people want to admit it or not. Sam Constance played in the same under 19 tournament that Joel played in last year. Look what's going on with Sam Constance. He can't buy a run for save his life. Because he was pushed too early into international cricket. That is not a thing that Australia do. That is not the Australian model. You understand? They tried a thing. Look at the current Australian team. The only player who is who's younger than 30 years old is Cam Green.
And people forget even the England team is a mature team.
Yes.
Even the Indian team is a mature team.
Yes.
Banner's making runs. Safraz. Nobody. There is nobody in the West Indies making runs with Safraz.
When Safraz can't find a spot in the Indian cricket team, a man who's churning out runs for fun, scoring hundreds with the eye closed.
With the ball, had one name that was the captain of the 19 World Cup too. He balled early, prematurely. He played the same time with Hetty Meyer. He can't make it.
Prithvi. Well, I know he had some issues.
Prithvi's got some disciplinary problems going on.
But he making a set of runs.
Actually, he's now starting to make runs again. There was a period where Prithvi Shaw was struggling to save his life.
Yeah.
Because his off-field problems were getting on field. But Safraz Khan is somebody that you can look at and go, matter of fact, Safraz Khan will walk in most international teams right now.
Every one of them. Not every one of them. Including Australia.
Who?
No, I'm saying Ranjiv Trophy going on.
The Ranjiv Trophy. I just peep the scores.
Scores.
Yeah.
Jesus. That is what we need to see in our first class tournament, man. Hundreds it's like automatic.
Yeah.
I'm looking at players that played for West Indies. And I just reminded that Kevlon Anderson. By the way, Kevlon Anderson happened to get big Guyanese, right? And so I'll say this again. I just get in my feelings right now. He shouldn't be in the West Indies team.
No, he shouldn't.
He shouldn't even be training in Antigua right now. He should be the guy of foot one. And people might say, "Oh,
well, he was." I saw his name in the squad, the Super 50 squad.
But he's training in Antigua. Cool. All right, cool. But
I'm not sure was the logistics around if he's going to go to New Zealand. I am not sure. I know that the tournament lasts for about 10 days or something of the sort.
Okay, cool. But my point is that players, we have a problem. Because we play so limited cricket, and as you said, Kevin, this is obvious to anybody who got any sense. West Indian players mature late because we play, and I keep saying, since we started this podcast from before, when we were having our normal conversations, I keep saying it. We don't play enough cricket. So our players mature late. The average West Indian player,
I would say, sorry to cut you, Walter. Our batters, I would specify batters more than the bowlers.
Even in
terms of maturity. Even the bowlers, you'd say?
Even the bowlers. No. And you know why Seals is bowling as he's bowling? There's a few things. That injury did well for him. So he didn't get to go on the trajectory and start to play the T20 tournament. And he was forced to go and play first-class cricket, and he was playing first-class cricket in England.
No. I'll tell you this. Jayden Seals, if we want to talk about the generational talent, right?
Yes, Kevin.
Jayden Seals is a generational talent. Jayden Seals played for West Indies before he went to England. He's only been in England these last 2 years.
But he was already.
Some of the injury, yeah.
Look at Jayden Seals. He looked like he belonged, yes. But look at the bowler he is now. I see Jayden Seals work people out within the last 2 years.
But
because he has gotten mature.
But he's been doing that since his debut. He's been working people out.
Not like how we're doing it now. I just think that I agree with Sammy with the bowlers and the stuff, but I just think, and Jayden Seals is I choose the highest one. At the end of the day, I think that my point is that our players don't mature until a certain particular time. All right.
Because you can't play 7 matches a year. And if you count the first class, the 4-day matches and the 1-day games, you're probably playing 16 cricket matches a year. How is that sufficient to groom?
I can prove something to you.
A player.
You said it. Where's the best Alzari has ever bowled? I
Just
know. I
recently.
can tell you
Recently.
in the Australia series.
Right. That's
How
recently.
old is Alzari, Joseph?
Alzari's 28 now, I think
26.
he is.
My point. My point. We know that as you ask, I can give you all Jaden Seals. Take Jaden Seals. Take it. Take the one. You have to take the argument. Take Jaden Seals. This one, every single one of them. Even Hetima ain't ready yet. People might vex. Oh, even I can say something outrageous before you finish. And you know that who we're talking about. Even Puran is not ready yet, people.
You know,
I ain't touching that one. God.
Listen.
You are raised ants nest tonight.
You know my thoughts on Nicholas Puran.
I could prove that.
You understand me? Puran can't bat to save his life on any wicket, any conditions that's swinging. He can't bat to save his life on any wickets that's spinning. He could do it on them roads that the Indians does roll out when it's IPL. That's where he bats best. They can come for me.
But we are not people. They say we are not saying that the boy is not talented.
Exactly.
You see, in my few years on this earth following cricket, understand we are not professional cricketers. We are fans. So people can say, "Oh yeah, let him play." The truth is fair, but my analysis of this whole thing is that, like in anything, you got to cook. You got to prepare yourself.
Yeah, cool.
So T20 cricket, you could play. Does he look good?
Yeah.
Is he the best batsman?
Yeah.
Yes. But that's where we are.
He is best when the conditions suit him. That's when he's best, when the conditions suit him. Anyways, fellas, lots said about Joel Andrew. The other person that in the spotlight that we wanted to talk about, given the fact that the Leeward Islands would have rolled out their teams, their squad this morning, is the old war horse, as I like to call him, Hayden Walsh. And listen, has Hayden Walsh done his talents justice over the last few years? I will say no, right? But does it mean that he shouldn't be in a Leeward Islands squad? I don't think so. I believe Hayden Walsh deserves to be in a Leeward Islands squad. Just as much as Kevin Sinclair deserves to be in that Guyana squad.
Please have Kevin Sinclair, by the way.
Fellas, I didn't know this, but apparently Hayden Walsh Jr., he's Antiguan.
Yeah.
But he would have represented Montserrat recently, right?
Yes, he did. He played in the Leeward Islands. Yeah. Yes, he did. Mm.
The top bowler of the tournament, 17 wickets. Now here's what he had to say. Sorry?
The Leeward Islands tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Top wicket taker.
Yeah.
And he bowls what again, guy?
Leg spin.
Yeah, I didn't hear you.
Leg spin.
No, he's a medium fast bowler.
Leg. But I thought him I said leg because I thought that is something
that we want.
Yeah. All right, good, fine, cool, right. Hear this. I'm getting this from the Antigua Observer. This is what Hayden Walsh said. You know, the way how things happen around here, and I've done a few interviews and I feel as though those were going to play against me. So it just kind of proved my point. But I still do my practice. I still go training and I'm still dedicated to this sport. It breaks my heart that I'm putting in the work, putting on performances, and the door is being closed in front of me, he said. Sometimes you gotta hear the words of these, you know, straight from the horse's mouth. Like what? Like I said last time, you know, we need, like each of these teams in each of these islands or territories, because of course Guyana is not an island, each of these territories, we need to have somebody sports psychologist, somebody who could deal with team dynamics. Because let's tell you something, even the people who are the coaches and managers for these teams, they themselves need help, you know.
They do.
They themselves don't fully understand team dynamics and how some of them are just downright bullies.
They are.
And we could say it's our culture, what have you, and thing. But at this juncture in our cricket, we can't be just discarding people or pushing them out. You see? Because he know, I'm not saying his career is over. Yeah, he's 33 now, right? He can perhaps still make it to the West Indies team at some point.
Very much so. Listen,
right?
He's playing longer now at the higher level.
Yeah, but the thing is, how effective can he be after having to deal with this, what I would call unnecessary foolishness?
Apparently,
and before you go, Kevin, Dennis Rodman, for people who follow Bulls back in the 90s and so on, was he an easy character to deal with? But Phil Jackson was able to get the best out of Dennis Rodman, recognizing where he was, right? So if Dennis Rodman wanted to just ride on the stationary bike while man shooting free throws or what have you, and you don't take, because at the end of the day, he will show up. How many defensive All-NBA defensive teams did he make? And again, I'm not likening Hayden Walsh to Dennis Rodman in any way. I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying we have got to be more mindful and be more people managers
on how we handle these situations.
And if we don't have the resources, ask somebody else to help.
Anyway, one of our biggest problems is we don't like to ask for help. We're too proud. As a people, we're too proud. And pride is what's get we in certain positions that we can't get ourselves out of.
Yeah.
I tell you what, one of the things that growing up in the game, one of the things that coaches and managers struggle with is how to lead all the different personalities in the dressing room. You understand? And there's this, you're going to do as I say, and if you don't do as I say, you're going to hit the highway. You understand me? If somebody is a supposed bad egg or indiscipline, the first thing we look to do, if we talk 1-2 times, cast the person to the side. Nobody want to invest no time. Nobody want to find out, okay, why are we having this problem? Where is this person coming from? Where did they come? What is their background? What's the story? You understand me? So you can now effectively plan on how to lead this young man. Because a lot of these young men, they need leadership. They need structure. And if every time they're going into an environment and because they would have rubbed somebody the wrong way, they get cast aside. What do you think we're doing? Yeah. As somebody said, as a matter of fact, as Raymond Butler said, we don't have the depth of players to be casting anybody aside, especially when we're struggling to make 27. Right? We don't have that luxury. England can do that. Australia can do that. India can do that. So South Africa, New Zealand, them people can do that. We don't have that luxury. So when I see players are being cast aside, because they felt someone have done them wrong and they would have spoken out. And as Hayden Walsh said, he has done some interviews and it has worked against him because people can't put their differences aside.
Yeah.
People get personal. You see, this game is a business. Things start to get hairy when you make things personal. When you're in a cricket team, it's a family. You understand? You can't let things get personal. That means you're ruminating, you're in your feelings with this thing. And you can't see past make a picture of, okay, what can Hayden Walsh do for Leeward Islands cricket in this tournament?
Yeah.
That's the bigger picture. Not whatever interview that Hayden Walsh went and give. You as a man should be able, as a coach, as a manager, should be able to have a conversation with Hayden Walsh. Find out where he's coming from.
Yep.
But you see, because we lack the capacity to sit in that difficult conversation, because we are only okay if we are the one leading the difficult conversation. But when the player presents the difficult conversation, we can't handle it. And that's why our managers and coaches are struggling, and our selectors, they're struggling. We got people who have been selecting cricket teams for territorial teams and West Indies teams who have felt the same injustice that they are meting out the players right now. And that is the saddest thing ever. That is the saddest thing ever.
One of them ended a West Indian man career, and the same thing was them to him in the 90s.
Exactly. I'll call his name Desmond Haynes.
Yeah.
The thing that annoyed you back in 1994, you turned around and did it to somebody else.
Well, I can call the name Darren Bravo.
Yeah. What are we really doing? What are we really doing? It's a cycle.
Kevin, Yago's right. You know why Darren Sammy is successful? Because he didn't talk. Right away. And when he did,
he spoke out after, and he never played for the West Indies again. But he was, as some people would call it, the teacher's pet, right?
Yeah. So this would be like, as a region and as a people. And it's only because we have a platform like these where some of us are willing to have the conversations.
Yeah.
Right? Because maybe that's why we get the big heads and people come on with platform, because we ain't really licky batty kind of like, as the people them say. So, but but these conversations, as it has to be had. We have to have it. And what has been happening is wrong. And again, I go back to what we said in the last episode, as the Dry grew and post-traumatic slave syndrome and the way how we operate. It was the masters' way. I ain't calling the masters. It was the enslavers' way.
Yeah.
To beat us into submission.
Yeah.
And we have learned this behavior.
Yeah, learned behavior.
And it has been it's been passed on, and it's part of our genetic makeup, unfortunately.
Now, yes. Us men are it in our loins.
Yes, post memory. That's
Walter, you're being disrespectful to the white man, you know. We in some cases we do worse than what the white man did.
No, but that's the thing. This what I get into.
Yeah.
So what happened? You remember? But who they used to put on the good.
Gotcha.
So that's why reaching. So we got the same, our same ancestors were the overseers.
Yeah.
And the same. Look what happened. Look what happened to Marcus Garvey. Right? Every single time anybody says anything that we, as you said, we're uncomfortable with, we done with them. We get time with them. They talk too much. Them is not And it is the simple reason is because that is what they did. And that is why the problems, and that's why when some of the people jump up and say, oh, West Indian, when Jason Gillespie and them and all them jump up and talk, and even Jared Kimball, who did a brilliant and decent analysis, but it is deeper than them just looking at it, because the Englands and the Australians of the world, they have benefited from our sugar and and cotton and planting and the mulatto and all the different stuff that makes, and even now our oil, our gold.
Walter, I have to
Yes.
stop you again, you know.
What happened?
You keep forgetting the greatest thing that they benefited from. Our brains, our talent.
Exactly.
I sit
Again,
here
That's it.
waiting for a while to finish so I can say just that.
Yeah,
nine
man. All right.
in Guyana, for example, is it 8 or 9 out of every 10 tertiary level graduates leave? Where we there? Where are they? Where Kevin?
Listen, when they had Kerry Packer cricket, let me step back for a little bit. Who Kerry Packer wanted because it would have been more marketable.
The West Indian.
Exactly. He didn't want the Sunil Gavaskars and them. You understand? He wanted the Clive Lloyds and the Malcolm Marshalls and the Michael Holdings and company. You understand? That's who he wanted because that's who was more marketable. The flair. He couldn't do Kerry Packer cricket with just Australians. Nobody would have filled the stands. The stands were filled because there were West Indians there. So we are our own worst enemies in many ways. That is my problem here. We are our own worst enemies. We
We
keep
don't
shooting
realize our
ourselves in
value.
the foot because we have adopted the massa mentality. You don't do what I say. Right now, it's not the strokes across the back. You understand? It's more nuanced. It's more passive. We'll just put you to the side, and I'll kill your career that way because you're saying things that makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't like that. I should be able to sit in my comfort.
And Kevin, these are some of the people they have not been out of the box thinkers and come up with out of the box ways for us to be developed, for development of West Indies cricket. A lot of the ideas that are coming out are ideas that people that have been that have platforms like these that have mentioned it on these platforms, and some of the people, and it's time, you know, what? One of the things I respect with Auntie Kate, that's when she retired, and Auntie Kate is somebody is like my mother who I grew up with. She said, I'm done. And people say, Kate, you could stay on because she was at mine. She said, no, when I stay on, I'm blocking someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I was younger at the time. I was like, and to be mature now, I was like, oh, she realized that she still look how much things look how many other experiences and she got. But she said she would never be blocking stay on to block someone else. So that sometimes, so a lot of the managers or the people who run West Indies cricket
In
at the
territories,
territorial levels, they think that this their thing,
they
and
own it.
they're not.
They think that
They
they own
own
it.
it,
Yeah.
and they're not open to the change and the changes that have occurred around them. Because as you said earlier, it's a business. Cricket is no longer a mature sport.
Pastime. But
It's
we
a
and the
pastime.
people that we have sitting in these offices, they have a pastime mentality. You understand? They have a pastime mentality. That's why the cricket is where it is.
Like I heard one of the major ones in Guyana, of one of the major boards, one of the leaders said, "Oh, I don't need a cell phone." And that's like a few years ago. And to on the basically from what I'm saying is that you are not willing to be open-minded to the technological changes that will be coming, that are involved in West Indies cricket. So maybe if you're not there, maybe you need to have people around you that are willing to do these things. right? So that's why this thing is deeper than, and I like the deep analysis that we're doing, because the reason why this is happening to the people like Hayden Walsh and Kevin Sinclair and maybe Shakiri Paris is because of our mindset of the people in the territories that are running the cricket, and that's just the truth.
Before we go, fellas, because we got to wrap it up. Something Karen Powell mentioned today. The assistant coach of the Leeward Islands cricket team is the head coach for Hayden Walsh's club team. The assistant coach for the Leeward Islands cricket team is the head coach of Hayden Walsh's club team. I have a problem with that. So you are the head coach and you can't reach this young man for his club team, his local team. You can't reach this young man. Whatever it is, whatever the problem is with Hayden Walsh and Leeward Islands cricket, you can't reach this young man.
But he don't come across like a disruptive force to me.
I am not sure. I think it's the issue is they are looking at Hayden Walsh and going, you're old. You understand? He started 3 years old.
Yeah. 17 wickets though, top in the tournament, Leeward Islands tournament.
And we got Michael. That's the thing. You see the thing.
And by the way, he also made runs too,
Yeah, he made runs. He was one of the top all-rounders in the tournament, right?
Cool.
So what is the requirement for selection?
Yeah, man. And he practiced, he training and keeping himself fit. But
everybody knows Hayden Walsh Hayden Walsh is one of the hardest worker in cricket. You understand?
Did you say he was a good fielder too? Brings energy.
Excellent fieldsman. Right? Excellent.
Yeah.
Fieldsman. I think he's the second after who's this dude from Jamaica?
Who's that?
Blackwood? Not Blackwood, the T20 player. Where am I? He's ball left spin. Why am I forgetting? Ian Bishop loves him. He only plays T20 cricket a lot now. Can't bat spin, but hits the ball big, short. Takes some brilliant catches in the CPL. Why am I forgetting his name, man? Took one of the best catches in the CPL, basically flying like Superman.
Fabian Allen.
Fabian Allen, yeah. I think after Fabian Allen, the best fielder in the Caribbean is Hayden Walsh. It's a close race. In terms of just what he, I give Fabian Allen a pick. He's just electric, and he's just different.
Anyways, fellas, good conversation tonight. Hope that a lot of people temper their expectations where Joel Andrew is concerned. Right? Let the young man play. Let him be nurtured. Let him develop. There's lots of time ahead of him. That's one thing. That's the beauty about him, Joel Andrew. He has time on his side, right? And with regards to Hayden Walsh's situation, I hope better sense prevail going down the road, and Hayden Walsh could, because he does have a role to play in Leeward Islands cricket going forward for the next few years. We don't like I said, like we're saying, we don't have the luxury of pushing players to the side. We don't have that, especially when it comes to an experienced player. We don't have that luxury. You don't buy experience. And based on the squad that I see the Leeward Islands has pushed out, they would definitely benefit from Hayden Walsh being present. Michael McKenzie would benefit from Hayden Walsh being present.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyways, fellas.
Hey, look. Let me...
If there's one thing they know for do, territorial boards they know for do, is piss people off. They're good at that.
Yeah, we're seeing this cricket with the taunty moral.
Yeah, man. Anyways, fellas. Good chopping it up. Catch y'all later.
Right. Thank you for your service, sir. You know it's remember.
Yeah.
Stay. You know. Come on.
Chief out.
Yeah.